How are you guys? I love coming on here and talking to all my friends. I have the wrong glasses on. I just realized these are progressives, and so I can only see close, like down here. So get all my reading glasses. I don't see anybody in here yet, but oh, I have a like already. So maybe somebody's in here, even though it says 0 on my end. On my end, it says 0 people are in. So if you're in, say hi. Tell me what's going on. We're supposed to be getting snow tonight. Hi, Sid. Oh my gosh, it's been so long since I've talked to you. I'm so glad that you're on. Cooking and listening. I get it. I get it. How's the yarn dyeing and yarn making going? I always wished I could get a little bit better with that, but I just don't have time. Crystal's on. Hi, Crystal. Woohoo. I haven't talked to you in a while either. It's just like life gets so busy. What are your boys up to? Are they doing well? It's good. I dyed some a few weeks ago. How are you? I'm doing well. We're expected to get snow today, so I'm not sure. It hasn't started yet, but it does look like cloudy and stuff like it's supposed to. They were saying like we could be getting like a big snowstorm, and they've been saying that all week. And then today they're saying, oh, maybe an inch. So it's not gonna be too bad, but all the kids will be disappointed, I think, if there's no school tomorrow, because today at school, everyone was like, we're not going to come in tomorrow. There's no school. I'm like, ooh, you never know. Can't count on that. So, yeah, I like all your yarn colors that you choose. And I know that Crystal's been doing that too. She's been, making her own yarn. And I think that's pretty cool. Have you guys been making stuff with the yarn you make? Hi, let me know if I'm saying it wrong. Is it Cinna? I'm sorry. Hello? Are you a crocheter or knitter or yarn lover? They are good. Thank you for asking. Homeschool. Oh, okay. I didn't know you were homeschooling them. So yeah, I imagine you're pretty busy with that. So please tell me if I'm saying the name wrong. I don't want to be mispronouncing somebody's name the whole time we're talking, because that would not be nice. Hi, Holly. How is the high school? I know Holly from, she was one of my friends when I was over at the middle school. Not when I was at the middle school, I'm still there, but she's not there anymore. You're a big high schooler this year. Hey, Holly, I miss you at recess now. Holly would always hang out with me at recess, and now I have to hang out by myself. It is sad. Hi, Kimberly. Good to see you. Yeah, I like to use it. Right now I've been knitting an asymmetrical shawl with my hand spun. Oh, I bet that's going to be pretty. I hope you show it. I would love to see it. Beverly is here. Hi, Beverly. It's good to see you. Are you getting snow where you are, or are you due to get snow? Is anybody else due to get snow? Sorry, I brought some water with me because I have been thirsty. I think the air is dry. Oh, sorry about that. Well, I see that Crystal said she was working on a shawl. What else are you guys working on? Nope, it's a nice pleasant 80 degrees here in Florida. Oh, I'm jealous. And then Sid said, no, thankfully, but I know family in West Virginia have gotten a couple inches of heavy, wet snow. Okay, I'm in Pennsylvania and we haven't gotten it yet. It looks like it's threatening it outside, but not hasn't started yet. Okay, okay, Kimberly. That's funny. I know I've been itching to go and start a garden, but I still have several months before we can do that here in Pennsylvania. Beverly said, we had a blanket of snow this morning, but it's gone. We have a misty rain right now and cold. Yep, we do have a winter advisory until tomorrow morning. Yeah, we do too. We'll see what comes of it. The more that we get closer to the time of the store. Oh my gosh, Crystal, thank you so much. Oh, the closer that we get to the time of the storm starting, the less snow they're saying we're going to get. So, oh, that you are so sweet. Thank you. Yeah, I'm hoping to do once a week with a live, especially since a lot of my videos are less talking and more like tutorials. I just have a lot of ideas of things I want to do. And so I've been focusing more on that than the videos where I come on and talk. But I thought, like, to make up for that, maybe I could do this live once a week. It'll probably end up being like Tuesdays and Wednesdays, or Tuesdays or Wednesdays. I'm sorry, not both. Either Tuesday or Wednesday, somewhere around this time. So, hi, Nature Fairy. What are you up to? Are you getting snow where you are? I like that name. I like, dragons and fairies and fantasy. That's all up my alley. I really like that kind of stuff. No, just rain and flooding. Oh, no. I don't think that sounds nice, getting the flooding. The town that's next to ours, they had a water main break, and uh, so those people, they apparently are still getting water coming through their pipes, but they're not allowed to drink it or put it in their mouth at all. I was like, ooh, I'm glad that didn't happen here. I don't want to have to worry about that. So Beverly's been working on 2 triangular shawls. Very nice. I'm almost done with them, but I needed a change for a bit. I get that. I'm working on a C2C throw for a friend who's undergoing chemo. Oh, that's really nice. I'm sure they'll really appreciate that. So, Crystal said it's supposed to snow here today and tomorrow. Yeah, that's what they're saying for us too, but we'll see if it happens. I know the kids at school are hoping it does. We have 2 snow days that we have to make up in our calendar year. And then if we extend beyond those 2 days, they do virtual days. I don't know why you wouldn't just do virtual days to begin with, but that's been the rule the past couple of years at our school. We've had 2 snow days already this year. So if we have a snow day tomorrow, then the kids will have virtual school and we won't have to make it up at the end of the year. So I don't know. I think it's silly that we have to do 2 makeup days. But so we were supposed to have Friday and Monday off for President's Day, but now we just have Monday. And then our spring break is going to be 1 day less because we're making up a day there. So I don't know. Crystal said, at the moment I'm knitting the heel of a sock and I'm using Queen Crafts by Bridget's vanilla sock pattern. That's a popular one. I should check that out. I haven't done socks. I've kind of always wanted to try knitting socks, but I haven't done them because I don't really wear socks other than in the winter. I just would prefer to be barefoot. Even when like the minute I come home from work, the first thing I do is throw off my shoes and socks. So, and then as soon as the weather is warm enough, I have, shoes that you don't have to wear socks with, they're open. So I know I always wonder, like, is it worth it? Is it worth using my nice yarn to make socks that I'll probably almost never wear? But it is something I've wanted to try. And I have heard people talk about that pattern before, they said it's a really good pattern. Does she call it vanilla just because it's like plain, like plain like vanilla? It is really good. Maybe I'll try it. I have a lot on my plate right now, but maybe that'll be my next like project for me. Sid said, finally finished tutorial today for new shawl that's coming out Sunday. Now I have a new idea for a knitted hat. Oh, that's great. That's great. I love it when the ideas are flowing. That happened to me right around Christmas time. All of a sudden, like, I was like, oh, I want to try this. I want to try this. This is great. And then, like, I felt overwhelmed because I'm like, I don't have enough time to do all these things I wanted to do. So that's why I kind of like, I kept Battle of the Stitches, but pretty much everything else I put to the side so that I could do some of these designs. Kimberly said, I crocheted socks years ago. I made a point to wear them every time there was weather cold enough for them. That makes sense. I guess if you're in Florida, you probably don't get a ton of cold weather there. I'm sure it does get cold sometimes, but Crystal said, I think vanilla, yeah, because it's plain and the most basic. Yeah, a lot of people seem to have had success with that pattern, so that was good. Yeah, I guess I could do that. I could probably try a pair and then just kind of force myself to wear them, even if it's to work, because I do wear socks in the winter with my shoes at work. It's just way too cold not to. But sorry, my nose is itchy and my throat is dry. I'm a mess today. This is just water. Whew. All right, I need to text my son to switch the laundry to the dryer. Or you can gift them. Oh, that's a good idea too. Why don't I think of that? I'm sure there's people that I know that would like a pair of socks. Yeah, I didn't think of that. There we go. Do you guys do a lot of gifting with the stuff that you make? I do with friends more than anybody else, and some family members like it, but for the most part. Oh, Holly, do you ever see them? She asked how my sons are doing. They're doing well, but do you ever see them at school? Kimberly said, I have gifted a lot of hexicardis. Oh, that's great. I hope they appreciated those because those take some time. I know they work out faster than some other things, but that's still, something that is a little more time consuming. Crystal says, I like to gift the things I make. That's nice. My husband wants me to make nothing for him. He said, I will never wear a hat you make. I'll never want anything that you make. So I don't make anything for him. And my boys, I've made them some dice bags and hats, like winter hats. But that's about all they're interested in too. I would never like crochet or knit a sweater for them. I don't think they would ever wear it. Kimberly said, they do. I find them fun and pretty quick to make. Yeah. A lot of people love making those. So I guess it's good if you love making them, it's good to find people who would want them because then you can keep making them. Crystal said it's nice to make things all year, and by Christmas I have a lot of ready-made items. That's a great idea to start early. So Crystal said I gave my Gary to my cousin. That's cute. Oh, Nature Fairy said I'm crocheting what looks like a knitting stitch. Is that what they call the waistcoat stitch? Beverly said most things I make are gifts or for family members. Mainly I do shawls, throws, and lap gowns for the prayer shawl ministry at church. I know that you're pretty involved in that, and I'm guessing that the people who receive them are just so happy to have them. I don't know. I've seen that stitch. It's pretty nice. It works, I think it works best in the round. I could be wrong. Sid said, depends on the project. Most things I try to make with a purpose in mind. With hats, I send them with my husband to take to work. That's a great idea. Nature Fairy said, I love it. Nature Fairy, are you making a project or are you just practicing the stitch? Chris said, no more gifting crochet. I used to, but now I have a small crochet business shelf in a local gift shop. That sounds so cool. What kind of things do you make for that? I'm just curious, you know, what people will buy in those kind of places. I think that's a great idea. I don't know if I have anywhere around here that would do that. I'm just practicing the stitch. That's great. Either way is fine. I was just being nosy, wondering what if you were making something. Beverly said they are so appreciative when they receive them. It makes me feel good. Yes, I imagine. She's talking about she makes prayer shawls and blankets and stuff to donate. So those are all really nice things for people to receive. Chris said mostly shelf sitters and seasonal items. What are shelf sitters? Are they like little amigurumi that just like sit on a shelf? Sorry, I don't know what that is. Julia, I haven't seen you in so long. I'm so glad that you're here. I miss your videos. Are you doing okay? I know you had a lot of stuff going on at one point. You crochet. Oh, Nature Fairy said that she crocheted an orange slice. That sounds so cute. That sounds so cute. I love those. I don't know what I would ever do with them, but I do love those little amigurumi that are like food shaped. I think they're so cool. It was. Oh, okay. Chris said that the shelf sitters are little amigurumi. They sound cute. I have shelf sitters, but they're probably not what you're talking about. Just little things I made and sit on my shelves. They sound cute. I know I have a lot of stuff that I've made and I need to find homes for. So I've done a few giveaways with my members for some of those things. And Julia said, my dad has been to the hospital a bunch. Then I have to take him and mama to the doctors and grocery store and be with them. I understand then why you haven't been on much. You sound like you have your hands full. I'm glad that you could come on and chat with us today. It's nice to see you. Chris said, yes, anything that can sit on its own. Oh, okay. So then I have some shelf sitters. Nature Fairy said, I want to crochet fruit slices and want to make them into keychains. That's a cute idea because then it's a little bit more functional. I mean, not that they're not cute, not being fruit keychains, but that does make it a little bit more functional. My husband will come in here and look like on my shelves here, and I'll show you guys. I have a bunch of stuff here on this shelf. He's like, you're getting out of hand with all that stuff you're making. So I need to find homes for some of those things. Maybe I'll do some giveaways with my members and also with my non-members. We'll have to see what's going on. Nature Fairy said for spring and summer. Yeah, that sounds cute. Do you sell them or do you just make them for fun? Either way's fine. I was just curious. Julia said, thank you. It's good to see you too. I'm going to try to go live tomorrow. Okay, I'll see if I can join you. If it's during the day, it might be a little tricky because I have to work unless we get a snow day. Oh, Thomas is on. Hi, Thomas. Yay. Nature Fairy said, I make them, but I want to sell them. Okay. Were you thinking like Etsy or like locally? Or Sid said, tell him to mind his business. I love that. Oh my gosh, Sid, you're hilarious. It is, I have to admit though, it is a little bit ridiculous. I do need to find homes for some of those things. For the people who just popped in, I was just showing all of these projects that I've made, and they are just like piling up on shelves. And I was saying that my husband came in and said, you know, this is getting a little bit ridiculous. And then Sid said, tell him to mind his business. Oh, Joanne is here. Hi, Joanne. It's great to see you. What are you all working on or doing? We were just asking earlier if people were getting snow because we're supposed to get a snowstorm, but the closer we get to the time of its start, the less and less they're predicting that we'll get. So I don't know if it'll turn into anything or not. Oh, Julia is doing socks too. That's pretty cool. I think I definitely have to do some socks one of these days. Oh, Holly said she saw Mrs. Tangert at the high school. Is she still there or was she subbing? I really, really like Mrs. Tangert. She's so nice. What am I working on? Well, I was going to pull my cardigan apart with you guys like I did last week, but the tutorials for these were already posted, but I was making these bowling ball and bowling pin hats for my boys. And since they wanted a bowling hat, I thought, well, if I'm doing the design, I may as well, you know, post it out there for anybody else who might want it. So this is the one that's for Roman. And then Odin wanted one with blue instead of red. So I finished his up, but what I did was I made a hat for the inside to line it so that, you know, all the ugliness of the switching of threads isn't showing. And it also makes it a little bit warmer. Yeah, I'm gonna wear Roman's hat. I don't think he'll mind. He won't know, he doesn't watch this. Okay, let's see what's going on. I got a little behind. Joanne said, I've major joint issues. Oh no, I'm sorry. I've been pretty drugged to tolerate pain, had injections yesterday, feeling better today. Hope it lasts a while. Oh, I hope that you start feeling better. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you have to go through that. That is a bummer. Chris said, right now I'm finishing up. Oh, I got a little too far. Finishing up a trivet. Cool. For my St. Patty's Day shelf and Easter items next. Very cool. What kind of things were you thinking for Easter? And I wanted to ask, do you make up your own patterns or do you look for other patterns when you are stocking the shelves and stuff? Kimberly said, so cute. Sid said, that's too cute. Oh, thank you. If you're talking about the hat, thank you. Thomas said, your bowling hats are super cool. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, those hats are cool. You guys are so sweet. You're making me blush. Crystal said, sorry, Joanne. Tia, hi. Oh my gosh, it's so great to see you. Your secret is safe with us. Yeah, so I'm doing the inside hat for Odin's hat now. And then I'll sew that in and then they can have it. I told Odin, I said, I won't give the hats out until I finish yours too, because it wouldn't be fair. So, oh, Joanne is doing a Battle of the Stitches project. I can't wait to see it. You guys have been great posting on the Battle of the Stitches Facebook page. I love that everybody is doing that. We're going to have our first giveaway for the Facebook page the first week of March. So if you're not part of our Battle of the Stitches Facebook group, go ahead and go over there and see what's going on. I just did a post. I wrote down who I saw projects from who will be put into the drawing, and you still have until the end of this month. So if you wanted to do a project with this month's stitch, you can still post it, and then we can enter you in for the next drawing. So we're going to do a drawing every 4 months, because we only usually get 1 or 2 people who post a month. And if we get more, I think that would be amazing. So the first giveaway I'm going to do, and these are just like small things. It's probably going to be a couple skeins of yarn or something like that. But then Teresa's going to do the next giveaway in 4 months. We're going to alternate back and forth for who does the giveaway. So I don't know what she has in mind. We'll see. I'll see what I have on my shelves and in my stock and things that might be popular. So we'll see what those kinds of things might be. But I think the first giveaway is going to be a couple of skeins of yarn. Oh, Crystal, you're the best. Thank you so much. She put the link to the Battle of the Stitches Facebook group if you were interested in going and joining that. So that's for everybody. It's not just for people who are competing with us on film. So I think a lot of you who are on have been on. I know Thomas has been a contestant. Sid has been a contestant. Crystal has been a contestant. So Nature Fairy said there are 13 people and 9 likes. Please, everybody, make sure to like. You are the best. Thank you so much. Chris said, I usually write my own patterns. That's great, but we'll use existing patterns but change them to my liking. That's perfect. Yeah, I love that. Does the stuff sell pretty well there? If you just came in, Chris makes things and sells them at a local store. He has a shelf, or he or she, I'm sorry, has a shelf to do that. I'm sorry with the pronouns. I should be knowing from school too, because a lot of the kids don't want to be a he or she, or they want to be a they. So I'm old and I'm terrible about that. So I apologize. Oh yes, Thomas said, and soon to be a contestant again. He's going to be coming on again soon. I'm really excited. And Crystal said, thank you for the thumbs. Yes, thank you guys. Nature Fairy said, what is this Battle of the Stitches? Yay, I'm glad you asked. Teresa at Critters Crochet and I came up with an idea to pick a stitch every month. I have the stitch book, but I don't have it within arm's reach. We're working through a stitch book. So every month we pick a stitch, and every Wednesday we come on and do a thing. So the first Wednesday of the month, we say what the stitch is and we do a video tutorial on how to make the stitch. And then the second Wednesday, after we make the stitch, we come up with our own design for something. It can be anything that's made using that stitch, or at least made mostly with that stitch. And so we start making our project. The second Wednesday of the month, we give a sneak peek of what we're working on. And it's fun because people will guess what we've been doing and what they think our project might be from what we've shown. We don't show the whole thing. We might just show a little part of it, and people try and guess what it is. And then the third Wednesday of the month, we will reveal what we've created with that stitch and put a tutorial for how to make it in case you want to make it too. We also open up voting polls for everybody, and of all the people who competed, you can vote for the one that you like best. So every station that is competing that month on video will I'm sorry, I got distracted because I got a notification pop up. Everybody who competes that month will put up a vote. That month will put up a voting poll, and you can go to each person's channel and vote. And then the last the last week. We try to do it on Wednesday, but it hasn't always worked out on Wednesday because sometimes our contestants are in way different time zones, and so we have to figure out, be creative with times. But we do a live where we announce whose project got the most votes, and then we do a giveaway for the people who voted and left comments for that for the project that got the most votes. So it's been a lot of fun. Teresa and I figured out it's been almost a full year that we've been doing it. I think we started it last year sometime like mid-spring, somewhere around there. So it might have been March or April when we started doing it. And it feels like it's gone by so fast. So let's see what's going on. I think I am totally missing some things. Sid said I need to see when I can do Battle of the Stitches with y'all again. I think I'm looking at June. That would be great. We definitely would love to have you. Joanne said, Thomas, I am almost ready to start nooking. Yeah, Thomas has been going viral with all of his nooking things. I think they're so cool. If you're not sure what nooking is, I have a nooking hook here. I'll pull it out and show, and then you can go, Thomas's channel is Totally Fierce Crochet. He's in the chat here. You can go to his channel and he'll show you how to do it. So it's a crochet hook. I got a longer string on mine. It's a crochet hook that has an eye at the bottom, and then you attach a string, and you're actually knitting with the crochet hook. It's not like a stitch that looks like knitting. It's actually a way to do knitting with the hook, and you kind of like have the stitches here almost like you were Tunisian crocheting, and then you push them down onto the string, and then you do the stitch on the string, and then it comes back up here and you push them back down onto the string. So that's kind of the basic idea. He explains it way better than me. So Chris said, it's my first year. So far, it supports my hobby. That's great. Not making a lot of money. Well, you know, as long as, you know, you could buy yarn with it, I think that's amazing. Joanne said, stupid autocorrect nooking. Oh, yeah. Did I say knocking? I meant to say nooking if I said knocking. Nooking. And then Thomas said, oh, that's awesome, Joanne. You can do it. Yes. Julia said, I'm designing my own sock pattern. Awesome. Is it going to be knit or crochet, Julia? I have to put the hook back in here, though, unfortunately, because it doesn't say on the hook what size it is. So I have to keep the bag because it says on the bag what size it is. So Crystal said, I need to check that out. I have seen that Nook hook at Walmart. Really? I haven't been to Walmart in ages. I didn't realize that you could just buy them. I bought mine on Amazon. I didn't realize that they were like actually existing out there. Maybe I need to take a trip to Walmart soon. Joanne said, I'm also trying to plan a Decade Diva project. I'm doing that too. How many of you guys are doing the Decade Diva? That's something that Shannon from the Spoony Stitcher and Teresa from Critters Crochet are heading up. So they're asking people to, they've done Decade Divas for a couple years. Last year they picked certain decades and somehow they skipped the 70s. So I think this year they're doing all the 70s. And everybody is going to get a different day. Everybody that wants to participate is getting a different day. And then you make something. It doesn't have to be your own creation. It can be, you can find a pattern for it. But everybody's going to do something that is 70s inspired, whether it's like the actual project or the colors, you know, something to that effect. I know I still have to think about what I'm going to do. I had a bunch of ideas that I kind of wrote down, and so I have to figure out which ones I like the best. Luckily, there's still a little bit of time because I think they're doing it September and October. So, you know, you could, if you were interested, you could get in touch with them. Crystal, you don't happen to have like Shannon and Teresa's links to their YouTube, do you? That you could put into my chat. Chris said, watched him doing that nooking, quite interesting. It is. It's really cool. I did one project with it. I made a dish towel with it, and I just did the garter stitch. I just did knitting the knitting stitch every row to get the garter stitch. But I need to go and practice the purl stitch with the nooking hook. It looks weird. I mean it's definitely doable, but it looks like you have to like twist the stitch a little bit, so I have to figure that out. Julia said crochet using sock weight yarn and find #1 weight yarn. Oh, it's going to be crochet. Julia is making up her own sock pattern. So, oh, that's great. Kenyatta, hi. It's so great to see you. I'm glad you're here. Sweet Pea said Decade Diva. You're doing it too? That's great. I know there's tons of people who were interested in that. Thomas said, so as a kid of the 70s, I should join Decade Diva too, right? Yes. You have to get in touch with Shannon or Teresa soon, though, because I think they're taking names up until like March 1st or something like that, and then they're going to make that their deadline. And they'll give you all the details. I had, when I was little, and I loved it, I was probably only like 6-ish. It was still the 70s when I was that age. I had a bright orange poncho, and it was pretty big, and it had frill at the end. I'm not sure who made it for me, probably my Nana, because she had knitted and crocheted a lot of things for me when I was young. But she never taught me how to do it, so I didn't learn how to knit or crochet from her. But I wore that and wore that and wore that until I couldn't wear it anymore. I loved it. I felt like I was wearing a blanket. I felt like I could kind of hide in it a little bit. I don't remember for sure, but for some reason, I think it had a hood. So I think like I could put the hood up, and I mean, I remember feeling like almost like I could hide in it. So, but it was bright orange. Just like my bedroom was like bright. It wasn't my favorite color. It just turns out that everybody gave me orange stuff. My bedroom had orange shag carpet and like avocado green walls. So, I mean, luckily in the 80s, we changed all that. All right. Crystal said, I can be right back. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Joanne said, I think I'm going to combine 2 projects into one for Decade. I can't wait to see all the things that people are going to make for it. I think it's going to be so cool. Crystal put Shannon's link in there. Okay, so I think she's like the main one heading it up, but Teresa's also doing it with her. Chris said, I watched Teresa and Shannon also. I'm considering a project for the Decade Diva. Do it, do it, do it. You don't have to make up your own, or you can modify a pattern you see, or you can make up your own pattern. I considered doing a poncho, but I thought, I don't know if I want to use up all that yarn, and I don't think I would ever wear it now. So I loved it when I was a kid, but I don't know if now I would do anything like, I would wear something like that. Okay, and then Crystal also put Teresa's Critters Crochet. She put hers in there too. Great, thank you. So you guys need to get in touch with them soon if you want to do it, because I want to say it's March 1st that's the deadline. They had to put a deadline in so that they could give everybody a day for when they can post a video and show what they made. So, and then they'll give you all the details. Oh, Sid said she thinks it's March 31st. Okay, you have a little bit more time than I thought then. I don't know why I was thinking March 1st. Nature Fairy said, I crocheted a green snake and everyone said it looked like a sea cucumber. That's funny. I just finished a tutorial. It's coming out on Friday for a drawstring bag with a snake. So you can open it up. It's like the snake is guarding your treasures. Yeah, the bag is fine. Like you could fit lots of stuff in there. And then you just kind of sew the snake right around the bag. But I thought this was pretty fun. I'm trying to think of like a short and what do they call those on Instagram and Facebook? A reel that I can do with them. I'm like drawing a blank. I asked my boys, I was like, what do you think I should do for this? And they're like, oh, we don't know. The only one they cared about was when I did the Squid Game bags. Then they had a great idea and they were more than happy to help me create that reel and short, but I don't know. My creative juices are not flowing on what to do with this. I'll have to come up with something soon though, because Friday is soon. I just read that. You said it's March 31st. Julia said, I have to go take Daddy to the hospital. I'm glad I got to see you. I'm glad I got to see you too. I really miss you, and I hope that you can get back onto YouTube again soon. I understand though. I know that it's probably a lot with you taking charge and taking care of your parents. So Vanessa P and Abby R, hey, do you have any crochet cows? I followed a pattern for a crochet cow around Christmas time. I don't have it with me because I ended up making them as gifts. But what I did was I took a pattern for like a regular cow, and I used thread yarn and like these really tiny crochet hooks like this. And I did the cows, and they turned out like this big. They were so cute. Let me see. I mean, I might have a picture of, I might have saved a picture of it. If I do, I'll kind of peek while I'm looking at what everybody's doing. Sid said, oh no, the nature fairy. Hello, hello. Thomas said, Heather ponchos are having a comeback, just saying. Maybe, we'll see. I don't know. I really don't know if I would feel comfortable wearing one now. Maybe. I should find a really nice orange and avocado green and maybe make it striped. That would be totally 70s. But I dread putting the fringe on because I really hate putting fringe on stuff because it takes forever. I'm just not efficient at that. Do you have any where I could buy your crochet things? I have an Etsy store, but they're all patterns just because I don't like dealing with shipping and that kind of thing. I don't have my own pattern for a cow, but there are actually a lot of free patterns for cows out there. The cow that I made was a free pattern. I'm just kind of peeking here really quick to see if I had a picture left of that cow. I might have deleted it because I was getting rid of a lot of pictures to save space on my device. Yeah, I don't think I have the picture of the cow anymore. I think I might have deleted it. But, oh well. Nature Fairy said, oh my gosh, I have to make that. It's so cute. You can just take any pattern and you could follow it step by step, but use the really tiny hooks and the thread yarn. I have thread yarn behind me right here, like these kinds of thread yarn. If you use the small hooks and that thread yarn and just make the pattern as it says in the pattern, it just turns out mini. It's so cute. I love doing that. What should I crochet? I need an idea. Why don't you crochet a fairy? You can make a mini fairy. You find a pattern for a fairy or make up your own pattern and then do it with the thread yarn and the tiny crochet hooks. That would be so cute. I'd love to see how the wings are done though, because wings is something that, that's the reason why I did like this baby dragon instead of a full-fledged dragon, just because smaller wings were easier. I was struggling with how to design bigger wings that I could explain in a pattern. Sometimes like you get an idea for something, but when you go to put it in a pattern, it gets really complicated trying to describe in words what you're doing with your hands. And so sometimes things that I make don't ever get made into a pattern for that reason, just because I'm like, I know people, I have patterns up on Etsy, and I know some of you have heard this story before. I had two versions of my dragon head dice bag, drawstring bag, up there. One was beginner friendly, where I, put stitch markers. Here's where you put your eyes, here's where you put everything. And then I have another one that I even marked advanced, and I even put in the description, read the description. I don't know how many people bought the advanced pattern, which was a little bit cheaper. That's just probably why they went with the advanced pattern, but they didn't read the description, because they gave me low reviews on it, and the stuff they put in the low review was stuff that I answered questions for in the description. And so it's so frustrating. I ended up taking the advanced version down, and I only sell the beginner version just for that reason, because there's too many people who don't read the description. Then they give me a nasty review. And actually, I've gotten nasty emails, and I said, listen, I put it in the description. No, I want a refund. You suck. It's like, woo. So I'm done with it. I took a lot of my patterns off of Etsy. I still have, I think, 20 patterns up there or something, but I had like almost 70 patterns up before, and I'm just so done with people not reading the description. In the description, I put exactly what you'll get. I say that it's written in English, United States terms, and I've gotten a lot of people say, oh, I didn't know it was in United States terms. I'm like, I put it in the description. I don't know what else I can do. And then I put exactly what is included in the pattern. If I put stitch markers where certain things should go, like a lot of the advanced patterns that I was selling, I left it up to you to decide where to put the eyes on, or where to put the nostrils on, that kind of thing. But I'm done with that. Sid said, take care, Julia. I'm a little bit behind, sorry, on the comments. Crystal said wearables or amigurumi. There you go. That would be so cute. Nature Fairy said, Crystal, I love doing stuffed animals. I would love to see what you come up with. You'll have to get pictures. Jennifer, mommy, I have been trying so hard to make a sweater and am giving up for now. Oh, I need one with texture, because my brain does not allow a 1 or 2 row repeat. So I do great with bikinis and amigurumi. Oh, that's cool. I would never make myself a bikini, but yeah, there's a lot of sweater patterns out there, so you could probably find something that, probably even for free, that would have a nice texture to it. This was a free pattern, but I did it so long ago, unfortunately, I don't know. This was a cardigan, but I've been taking it apart, because every time I put it on, it doesn't fit me the way that I like for it to fit. But I really like this yarn. I love the pink and gray, so I want to try and see if I can salvage that yarn, but we'll see. Fairy, maybe an amigurumi animal. Jennifer Mommy said, anyone know of a textured raglan? I am listening. Okay. I don't know one off the top of my head, but I know that there are a lot of patterns out there for sweaters and tops and cardigans. So I don't know if any of you know of one, feel free to put it in the comments here. Crystal said, hi, Jennifer. Oh, Sarah's here. Yay, Sarah. I'm late here, lurking and working. I think it's so cool that you can listen and crochet at work. I don't have a work like that. Hey, sassy pants. Whoops. I clicked the wrong thing. Crystal said, MJ Off the Hook has some nice textured raglans. There you go. I've heard of that channel before, MJ Off the Hook. Sid said, are you looking for knitted or crocheting, Jennifer? Everybody's saying hi to Sarah. Hi, Sarah. Camilla's here. Hi. Crochet for Jennifer. Oh yeah, Crystal has a lot of stuff up too. Crystal said, I have a basic raglan pattern, but it isn't textured. Crystal, that reminds me, you have that top-down design, and you can use any stitch you want with that. I've made that top so many times with a lot of different types of stitches. So, you know, if you knew of a textured stitch, you could always do Crystal's top down design and put that stitch in. Sarah said you could always, excuse me, I need another sip of my drink. This is just water, guys. You could always do a big dragon with comically small wings. Isn't Puff the Magic Dragon like that? I think you're right, it is. Well, I just went with baby dragon there and baby wings. I'm taking a little bit of a break from dragons just because, I mean, I love them, but I did a tutorial for both of my dragon head bags. I did that dragon not that long ago, and I'm just kind of dragoned out. I'll probably do another one because I love dragons so much, so maybe I'll try something like that. Nature Fairy said, wait, actually that's genius because my channel is called The Nature Fairy and I love fairies. I should do that. You should. I think it would be so cute. If you did a tutorial, I would make one too. I have to see if I'm subscribed to you. If not, I am going to subscribe. I'm writing it down, Nature Fairy. I always keep a pen and paper around during my lives because there's always something I want to write down. Nature Fairy. Okay. Jennifer said, I'm looking for raglan top-down textured sweater that may be V-neck and maybe crop or shorter and not tight. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Crystal wants to, but if she wanted to, she could she has a video tutorial up for her top-down, and you choose like how long you want it, you choose what stitches you want to use in it, you choose like how big you want it to be. She kind of shows you how to measure and then decide on the stitches from there. So I don't know. I just love that. Every chance I get, I try to tell people about Crystal's top-down, design because I just love it so much. I'm still getting behind on these comments. I'm sorry. Sid said, gotta love that. That's ridiculous. I'm assuming you're talking about the patterns. It is ridiculous. And I hate like, oh, you can't be star seller this month because people who don't read your description left you bad feedback. You know, that's really what it's come to. So, you know, I don't know. I just leave a comment and I say, I specifically said in the description that, you know, that this, blah, blah, blah. I try to be nice about it, even though I really want to just be a jerk. Because they were jerks to me. People on Etsy be wild. Yes. Oh, no, not for myself. I only make for others. I work for the county and co-workers love my hats and amigurumi and bikini. Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, because I said I would never make a bikini for myself. Yeah. So, Crystal said, Ivy B Creates has some nice raglans with texture. Sarah, I recently saw a sweater pattern that started with the bra portion of a bikini. Maybe look for something like that. I've never seen anything like that. Sounds interesting. Rain is coming down steady now where Beverly is. We still don't have any snow. It was supposed to start at 2, and now it's almost 4, so we'll see. I hope it doesn't end up being a dud, but maybe it will. Jennifer said she does, but not very textured. Crochet. What is my job? I work as an aide at the middle school in the school district that we live in. I was before I had kids, I was a teacher. I was a music teacher, and then I went and got my master's in music therapy, and I worked at a special needs school. And I loved that job, but when I had my kids, I stayed home with them. And unfortunately, like the way that it works, teaching is a union job. So I had my master's degree. I had all these years experiences. So when my kids were old enough to go to school and I was ready to go back to work, nobody wanted to hire me in the schools because they would have to pay me at this higher rate than people fresh out of school. So I worked as an aide, but every time I saw a teaching position open up, I would see the same thing. They were hiring brand new teachers fresh out of school because you don't have to pay them as much. So I've just decided, like, I've kind of come to terms with it over the past couple years that this is good. It works for my schedule. It's less pressure. And I'm not sure anymore, as I'm doing more crocheting and stuff like that, I'm not sure that my heart would really be into teaching anymore. But I like my role where I get to work one-on-one or in small groups with kids who need the extra help with science or with math or with other subjects. So that's what I've been doing. Um, how about you? What do you do? Joanne said Bag a Day has free patterns tutorials. Oh yeah, she has tons. Actually, she does have tons on sweaters and tops and stuff like that. Chris said On the Hook Crochet has nice sweater patterns. Jennifer said, okay, I'll check that out. Thank you. Sid said Craft Yarn Owl with Darla has some good tutorials for raglan style sweater. Oh man, there's tons. Yeah, there's lots of things out there. Thank you, thank you. I work with disabled clients, Scott Key Center, Frederick, Maryland. Oh, I love that. I love that. When I worked at the special needs school, that was probably my favorite thing that I ever did. It was a lot of fun. I decided to stay home with my kids, and I'm glad that I did. I didn't realize this, but when we decided to stay home with my kids, but my oldest son is autistic, and so I'm really glad I was there when he was young and he wasn't in a daycare, because I was able to give him a lot of attention. And luckily I knew of a lot of strategies from working at the special needs school, and I knew to get him all the therapies as soon as possible. So like we were going 3-4 times a week for therapies. He was doing occupational therapy, speech therapy, and socialized therapy, those kind of things. And he's doing great. He's 16. He drives. He has a driver's license. He can drive independently. He's looking into colleges he wants to go to. He's very bright. He has 2 AP classes this year, and he does all this on his own. When he was young, he would have an aide with him at school, but we dropped the aide once he reached high school, 9th grade, and he's done high school completely on his own without help. And so I'm really, thankful that I was home and we got to catch that. I'm not sure that a daycare would have been able to give him the attention that he would have needed to be this successful. I mean, you never know. It's not like I have a crystal ball where I could see what he would have looked like if we did this, or if he would have looked like what we did that. But, I do feel like, it was a good thing for us. Jennifer said she's going to check out crystals. Nature Fairy says, thank you so much. I will subscribe to you. Thank you. That is so nice. Thank you. I'm on my phone, so I can't subscribe right now, but when I get off, I did write it down on my notepad. So when I get off, I will subscribe to you. Crystal put a link for Crafty Yarn Owl with Darla. As my world turns, hello. I'm sorry, I'm really behind on the comments, just because when somebody says something, if I want to say more, I start saying more, and then I'm missing out on what the new comments are, but I don't want to miss any, so I'm kind of slowly going through. So hang in there if you said something and I haven't gotten to it yet. Nature Fairy said, I crocheted a blue bumblebee. I bet that was adorable. Crystal said, I don't know how well these links are working for clicking. I don't know either. I don't want to click on them because I'll probably mess up the live if I do that. Crystal said, hi, Nature Fairy. I have another channel called Cozy Crochet. That is where I do all of my crochet. Okay, I'm going to write that one down too. It's just called Cozy Crochet. Cozy Crochet. Okay. Jennifer said we have snow in Frederick. Oh, maybe it's coming up here. I'm in Pennsylvania, so a lot of times we'll be getting what you get. I'm wearing my wrong glasses. I wear progressives normally, but since the camera's really close to me, if I have the progressives on, I can't see the camera because I'm looking through the wrong part. So I'm wearing reading glasses, but now I can't see far away. Like I have a window in front of me, so I can't see out the window because I'm wearing my reading glasses. I hate that. I wish I could just have like normal sight, but oh well. Crystal said, my raglan pattern can be found under my live tutorials. It has a free PDF template linked in the description. Crystal's really good about that. Jennifer said, thank you everyone for all the input. Purple Crochet and More, hi. Crystal said, you're welcome. Hi, Nature Fairy. I'm going to write that down. Your name is Abigail. Nice to meet you, Abigail. I'm Heather, if we didn't say that. AB. Okay, I got that. Crystal linked IVB Creates. She has a lot of good stuff too. Loopy Knots, hi. Kimberly, the links where you're posting Crystal work. Okay, good. There we go. It was a little late, sorry, but Kimberly said that the links are working. Jennifer, that is wonderful. You sound like a wonderful mom. Oh, thank you. I think we all try to do the best that we can. You know, that's what I think. You know, I was lucky that the circumstances turned out the way that they did. You know, if I didn't have that kind of support from my husband, then I would have had to do what I needed to do. You know, so it's just, that's the way that, you know, it lucked out for us. Sorry. Crystal said, oh, that's good, that works. And then Jennifer can't use it. So she said, I tried the link, it didn't work. I'm writing it all down so I can check after. Okay, good. I think I'm caught up now on all of the comments. So, yeah. Roman is my oldest son. He has his own channel. He hasn't posted in a while. He's been getting tons and tons of homework this term with taking the 2 AP classes. But he has a channel called Roman from My Life with Autism. And he's really cute on there. He talks about what it's like to live with autism and that kind of thing. So if any of you wanted to check it out, you know, I'm sure he would appreciate that. I think maybe this summer, once his classes have finished, he might go back and post some videos. I think he posted a few in the fall, but then, you know, he started getting swamped with work. I know he's locked in his room right now doing homework. So Sarah said, I got to go to lunch. It was so nice to see all of you. Sorry, it was a short visit for me. I'll take any visit I can get, Sarah. Thank you. Enjoy your lunch. I'm going to have to make dinner soon. Sid said, got to run. It's about dinner time. Yeah. Here too. Enjoy the rest of your day. You enjoy yours too, Sid. I'm glad you came on. It was nice talking to you. And if you're still there, let us know about Battle of the Stitches for sure. I think you said you were interested in June, but just let us know for sure and we'll mark you down and we can let you know what the stitch is. So, oh, thank you. Crystal put Roman's channel there. Thank you. That is really nice. I'm sure that he would appreciate some new subscribers or, you know, some love. So, see ya, Sid. I'll probably just stay on for a few more minutes because then I'll have to go and make dinner as well. Loopy Knots said, my heart goes out to him. It's difficult being neurodivergent nowadays when you care about ethics. I'm assuming your ND is oh gosh, I just said it and I'm sorry, I'm tripping over my words now. Okay, Jennifer is making dinner too. Have a good night. It's nice to meet you. Thanks for stopping by. Neurodivergent, thank you. Yes. You know, I really admire him because he doesn't let things bother him. You know, for the most part, he's gotten a little bit of bullying here and there, but for the most part, the kids at school, you know, are nice to him. It's not like he has people that he calls up and is friends in that way, but you know, for the most part, school goes really well for him. People aren't mean to him. He's in activities. He does marching band. He plays the trumpet, and he was on the bowling team I say was because it just wrapped up, but he did bowling team freshman, sophomore, and this year he's a junior, and junior year he did marching band those 3 years too. So he is pretty involved, and he does a good job being able to focus on what's important. He's not like, I think he would love to have a girlfriend, but he's not girl crazy. He knows what's important to focus on. He wants to go to college. He's looking into scholarships. And I'm sure that he can get some. He also, the college he wants to go to is close enough that he can commute. And he's like, I want to save money. I want to commute. So, I mean, he's got a really good head on his shoulders. He's a really good kid. Beverly said, I had frozen some beef vegetable soup from earlier. I put it in the crock pot this morning. It's hot and ready whenever we want to eat it. I love when leftovers are like that. I love that. I don't have that today, unfortunately, but I do love it when that works out. And this seems like the perfect night for soup, just kind of cloudy and possible wintry weather, that kind of thing. So enjoy your soup. I think I should probably wrap it up as well. Loopy Nut said IEP currently do follow an individual into college. Yeah, I did hear that. His Roman's IEP, I don't know if it's coach or whatever, the person who's in charge of his IEP, at his IEP meeting this year, she said, we're going to keep the IEP going because you can take it into college, and we'll make sure that it's written in a way that would be able to transfer to college with him. And I appreciate you saying that, because if I didn't know that, I would have wanted to know that. So we are going to keep the IEP. It's good until next year, his senior year, and then we'll redo it his senior year with his advisor. And it doesn't have a lot in it right now because he's doing so well. So, you could tell I'm a proud mama. But I'm really glad that we all got to talk tonight. It was so nice to make new friends and to see all of my friends that I have known all along. So I hope you guys all have a great night. I'm going to come on again next week. I'm not sure if it'll be Tuesday or Wednesday. I need to see which day will work better. But my goal is to do a vertical live once a week. And I've been able to do that 3 weeks in a row. So I think we're getting into a little pattern here. So Kenyatta, I'll see you. And Crystal, I'll see you. Loopy Knots. I'm going to look up some of your channels because I'm not sure if I'm subscribed to all of you guys. So I'm going to look you up, Loopy Knots. I might already be subscribed to you because your name sounds familiar. But if I'm not, I will subscribe to you. Do I plan to do a live on this day again? Like Tuesdays? It's possible. I think my best days for doing lives will be Tuesdays or Wednesdays. So I'm going to go week by week to see which one. But I'll post it ahead of time in my community tab so you can see. Like yesterday, I posted in my community tab that I was going live today. And then this morning or this afternoon, I just did it too. So, ooh, homemade pizza. I want to come to your house. That sounds delicious. Happy stitching, guys. I am actually going to go this time. Have a great night and enjoy your dinner and in Sarah's case, your lunch. Bye-bye.